Hi everyone, welcome to another video. In this video I've just decided to do like a chatty draw of me kind of video because I've got quite a lot of stuff to do, and this is one thing I've been wanting to do for quite a while, so I thought I'd just do like a little chatty video of me doing this. So basically what I'm doing is these really tiny little graphite portrait to fit into these shadow box frames. So I thought, because like people don't necessarily want to spend a huge amount of money at the moment because everyone's struggling with money and things at the moment, so I thought maybe I should offer a cheaper alternative to pet portraits, because obviously the larger pet portraits, they're quite expensive, and then to get it framed it's going to cost even more. So I thought I could do like a mini little graphite portrait to go into these, and I've got white ones of these as well, so people can have a choice between a white and a grey frame, and they're just going to be little mini graphite portraits. So I got this picture of Pixabay, put it in black and white, I've done the outline here, and I'm just going to draw this using graphite. And it's going to be really fiddly because it's so tiny. And these are my favourite graphite pencils to use. These are the Caran d'Ache Craftwood pencils, but they're a little bit thicker than normal. They're a little bit thicker than normal pencils, so I'm not sure if they're going to be too thick to work on this with. But I've also got these really tiny fine detail graphite pencils, these Faber-Castell like mechanical pencils, so they'll be quite handy. I've got a really tiny blending stump, and my little mono eraser. If you hear clattering around in the background, that again is my cats. They're having zoomies at the moment, they're running around everywhere, so yeah, that's what the background noise is. I can't really do much about that. And then I'm going to use this Scotch Magic tape, which is what I usually use to put around the outline of my portraits, and I'm going to place this there at the bottom. Got loads of hairs caught underneath it. Whoops. That's some dirt, but that's fine. These mechanical pencils, I've got 3 different thicknesses of them, so this is the thicker one, and I'm going to try and define the eyes a little bit first, because I usually tend to start off with the eyes on portraits because it's what brings the piece to life a little bit more. I don't know how long this is going to take me. How long it takes me to do these tiny portraits will help determine how much I should charge for them. I'm not really sure how much to charge for this tiny little one, because I think my cheapest pet portrait at the moment, I think it's £42, and that's for a little 5x7 graphite portrait. So it's got to be less than that to make it obviously more affordable, and the fact it comes with a frame makes it more affordable as well, because people don't need to buy a frame to go with it, it's just ready to hang up. I'm not sure, maybe like £35, £35, I don't know. And I think right now is probably the right time to do this because Christmas is coming up, so people will be thinking about Christmas gifts and things. So people don't necessarily, if they want a little pet portrait, they don't need to spend as much. But this year has been a lot quieter with my pet portraits, and I've done a lot more of the little tiny things that I do, like the little hand painted key rings, rabbit hutch signs, like wooden decorations, like things that are more affordable is what I've sold more of this year. So I think that's just the way things are at the moment. I mean, I'm still getting pet portraits, but it's not as many as I had been previously. And I think that is partially down to people not wanting to spend as much money at the moment. And this one here obviously isn't for a customer, this is just this is just a little sample, just so I can show it as an example of something I can do. So I just use like a a royalty-free reference photo of Pixabay, which is where I get most of my like pictures for tutorials and things off of that. Because they have some really good pictures on there, to be honest, and they're just handy if you need a reference photo for something and you don't want to pay for it, like for a tutorial or something. Yeah. I've been uploading on my YouTube channel a lot more regularly recently, which I'm really pleased with myself for. Been uploading every single Sunday for a while now, since my wedding, and I'm really pleased with that. And I have actually seen my subscriber count going up and my watch time going up, so it's kind of giving me more motivation to like keep going with it. Because I think if no one really watches your videos and stuff like that, it's a bit demotivating, and it's kind of like, what's the point? But the thing is with YouTube, it's so hard to grow a YouTube channel, and it does take time. I mean, some people are very lucky and they have like a video that goes viral and then they get tons of subscribers from that, and yeah, they're just lucky. But for most people, it doesn't happen like that, and especially for me, it's not happened like that. I mean, I've had my YouTube channel for a few years now, and I've only got like 1,600 and something subscribers, which isn't many in the grand scheme of things, but I'm quite proud of myself because I wasn't going to do a YouTube channel when I first started doing my art, because I thought it was a bit embarrassing talking on camera, and people you know might see your videos and stuff like that. It's a bit cringy sometimes, but kind of got used to it now. I kind of don't really care what people think, and if people I know see my videos, I don't really care. Like, I enjoy making them. I enjoy helping people with art tips, and yeah, I just like filming, making videos and stuff like that, so I don't really care anymore. Kind of got over that. If you're thinking of making a YouTube channel for whatever is you want to do, but you're worried about what people think, I'll just do it anyway. At the end of the day, you're doing something you enjoy doing, and you're getting closer to your goals. So yeah, I just do whatever you want to do, and don't worry about what other people think. Some people think YouTube, like some people don't really understand YouTube either, that they're just kind of like, why are you posting stuff on the internet? But, don't know, YouTube's fun. I've always watched YouTube since I was quite young. I've always enjoyed watching YouTube videos, so it's quite nice to actually be a part of it. And I also have a book YouTube channel where I like do book reviews, book vlogs, and like all sorts like that. So if you are interested in reading and you want book recommendations, please give that channel a follow. It's called Lottie Louise Reads, and I can leave the link in the description below if you are interested. When I watch my videos back on that channel, I do kind of cringe a little bit sometimes, but I think that's normal. Seeing yourself on camera and stuff is sometimes just a little bit weird. But again, I enjoy it. And reading's I'd say reading's my main hobby, because obviously art is a hobby at the same time, but it's also my job now as well. So it's kind of a hobby, but it's kind of not, if you know what I mean. But yeah, reading's my main hobby. I like reading in the evenings. It's like my way of relaxing. So instead of watching like TV and stuff, I tend to read instead. I'm not really a massive TV person. I mean, I do watch some TV series and stuff with my husband, but other than that, like, I don't ever sit and watch things on my own. I just don't really do that. I prefer to watch things with somebody. The only time I watch things on my own is like when I'm doing my art. Sometimes I'll have Netflix app or something and I'll watch something in the background, but I wouldn't just sit doing nothing else watching something. I don't know. I just get distracted. But there's just something about reading that I really, really enjoy. And it just, yeah, just relaxes me, de-stresses me, and I just really enjoy it. So yeah, I decided to make that channel to be part of the book community on YouTube as well. And I've also been staying consistent with that one as well, which I'm really proud of. It's just so hard to stay consistent with filming and editing videos. They take so long to do, especially when I've got tons of other stuff to do as well. And because we're getting close to Christmas, I'm probably going to get a lot busier with my art, which always happens every year. And then that's when my YouTube channel suffers. But I'm going to do my absolute best this year, even if it means editing videos at the weekends in my spare time and stuff a lot more, then so be it. I just really want to keep up with it and keep it going. Because once you get out of a routine, it's hard to get back into it. Yeah, at the moment with this drawing, I'm kind of just mapping out the darker areas at the moment, just to give me a rough idea. I mean, it's going to be quite hard to get all the detail in this size, but I thought this size of drawing, because this piece of paper is 10 by 10 centimeters, which is really small, but the actual whole size, like, so the size of the piece of paper to go in this frame is 10 by 10 centimeters, but the actual hole where the mount is 7.5 by 7.5, so it's really tiny. So that's why I'm doing it in graphite rather than pastels, because there's no way I could do a pastel portrait this tiny. It just wouldn't work. I'd be able to paint this size, but I don't know what I could paint on to put it in that frame. So I think I'll stick with little graphite ones for now, see how they go. But hopefully they'll go down well. I just think it was quite a good idea. I've been wanting to do this for such a long time, and then I thought, why not just make like a chatty video from it, because otherwise I'm never going to get it done, and I wanted to get this done before Christmas, because obviously people buy loads of gifts and stuff over Christmas. It's a good time to release this kind of thing and do this kind of thing. And each year around Christmas time I try and think of something new to do as well, just so that I'm not doing the same thing each year, because people may get tired of seeing the same things, and like people want things different, and you know, just got to try and keep it fresh. My cats are making an absolute racket. I don't know what they're doing out there. I'll have to check on them in a minute in case they're up to no good, as usual. And they're not kittens anymore, they're now over a year old. They were a year at the start of this month, which is crazy, but they're still pickles, as they're house cats. So obviously they have got to let their energy go inside. They can't let their energy go outside, so they are mental. But I love them. And for some reason, Loki, our boy, every night, without fail, around 9 o'clock, maybe earlier, but it's usually around 9 PM in the evening, he starts going on my bookshelf and doing these weird meows and knocking the books off my shelf, and he starts scratching at them and stuff. And I don't know, at first we thought it was maybe because he's bored, so we tried playing with him more in the evening. But then as soon as you stop playing with him, even if we've worn him out, he's like out of breath or whatever, and he's really tired, but then if you stop playing with him, 10 minutes later he'll start doing it again. I'm like, well, it can't be because he wants us to play with him, surely, because we've just played with him loads. So I really don't know what is causing that. I think at some point we're going to get some like horizontal scratch mat or something for them, in case he maybe is wanting something to scratch that's vertical. I mean, I doubt that will solve the problem, but it's worth a try. I don't know. If anyone may think they know what could be the problem, please let me know, because I don't know why he keeps doing that. It's really annoying, because we're sat down relaxing in the evening, we just settle down, and then he starts just being really naughty and scratching all my books and going on the bookshelf and being really loud. Yeah, I don't know what causes it. He's a funny one. Then sometimes he'll just sit on your lap in the evening and be all cuddly. But once he starts waking up, he'll go and do that. I'm not really sure. I wish animals could talk to you and just let you know what the problem is, because if he's something bothering him or he's wanting something, I don't know, I'd like to know what he wants or what's wrong. But obviously he can't talk to us, he can't let us know what's wrong, what he wants, so we have to guess. We don't let our cats in the bedroom anymore either, because Loki started weeing on the bed. He used to wee on the bed when we first got him, and then we got him neutered, and he still continued to do it. Well, he stopped doing it for about 4 or 5 months, and then he started doing it again. So we were wasting so much money buying new bedding and new duvets and stuff. We just thought, we can't do this anymore, so we don't risk it anymore. I'm not really sure what caused that either. Here's a funny one. I was worried it was because he was unhappy about something, but I don't know. We take care of them the best we can. And we thought maybe it's because we didn't have enough litter boxes, so we bought more litter boxes. So we've got 3 litter boxes between the 2 cats, and that didn't solve the problem. We don't have room for any more, so we can't get any more. So I'm not really sure, but yeah, we just decided not to let him in the bedroom anymore, because it was stressing us out. This is really fiddly with these pencils, because the lead of these are reasonably thick, so it's quite hard to get a really precise detail, but I'm trying. I think these little mini portraits might look quite cute when they're done, but we'll see. Don't know how well on camera you're going to be able to see the detail of this, because it's so teeny tiny. You can see that looks a lot bolder than the rest of it now. So is everyone sad or happy that summer's basically over? It's now autumn. I don't really know how I feel about it because we didn't really have a huge amount of sun and summer. Like our summer this year was pretty rubbish in the UK. But I don't know. I like autumn and I like and winter. I like the coziness of it. Like I love curling up on the sofa with a blanket, being all cozy, fluffy socks, fluffy pajamas, just being really, really cozy. I absolutely love that. But in the winter time and like autumn time, I do get quite anxious a lot of the time because I get really worried about being ill, because this time of year obviously loads of people get colds and like stuff like that. And I know a cold's not the end of the world, obviously you're gonna be fine, but I hate being ill. And I think the problem with being ill is I worry that you're going to get ill when you've got like an important event or something you don't want to miss out on, and then you have to miss out because you're ill, and I hate that. Or I hate it when I'm at work, because I work 2 days a week in a shop. I hate it when you're at work or something and you're working with someone that's ill, or a customer coming in that's ill, and then you're just anxious that whole day that you're going to pick it up. I don't know if it's just me, but I just get so anxious this time of year, especially around Christmas, because I'm like, I don't want to be ill for Christmas. I don't want to not be able to see my family or pass it on to anyone else. I'm like, I don't know, I just get really anxious about it, and that's the one thing I hate about autumn, winter. Other than that, I quite like it. Like, I like the coziness. I mean, it's not always the best when it's freezing and you want to go outside, and if you want to go and do something and it's freezing, then that's not always fun. But like nice autumn walks, winter walks, I quite like that, because it's quite nice walking with all the leaves on the ground, the frost. Like, I quite like that as well. That's quite cool. Going in the woods or something and having a nice autumn walk within all the autumn leaves. I really like that. But yeah, I do get anxious this time of year, unfortunately. Whereas in the summer you kind of, well, I kind of forget about illnesses and stuff, because people don't get ill as often in the summer. So I kind of forget. And then when it starts getting to this time of year again, you're like, oh no. Like, it was just really nice over the summer, relaxing about that kind of thing and not having to worry. And also in January, like, I think it's like mid-January, I can't remember what date we go away, but that's our honeymoon. We're going to the Maldives, and it's cost quite a lot of money, and I'm worried that we're going to get ill before it, or on the plane on the way there we're going to pick up something and be ill for our honeymoon and it will ruin it. Like, that's my fear at the moment, but I'm really hoping we'll be okay. Just have to be extra hygienic around January and just be really careful, I guess. But on a plane you can't really avoid it because you're stuck around loads of people, and there's no way I'm going to wear a mask or something on a plane for that length of time. I can't do that because it's a really long flight. It's like a 10.5-hour flight, and the longest flight I've ever done is about 2 hours, so it's going to be a shock when I have that long journey. I don't know how I'm going to cope with that, to be honest, but it will hopefully be worth it. And then we've got to go on a seaplane after that, which I think is like another like 40 minutes or something. I'm not sure, not entirely sure how long that is, but that will be fun. I'm quite looking forward to that. I've never done anything like that before. I haven't even left Europe before. I've only ever been to France, Germany and Italy. They're the only 3 countries I've been to. So suddenly going to the Maldives is crazy. But I'm sure it'll be lovely. And all the pictures online of the place we're going, it just looks stunning. And also I find January is a really boring month. Like, nothing really happens in January. January seems to drag on. Like, Christmas is over, everyone's just like feeling a bit down. January is just a really rubbish month. I hate January. So it'd be nice to go away in January and just have something to look forward to, make the month better. So yeah, I'm quite glad that we waited for our honeymoon, because something to look forward to. And I always like having something to look forward to. It just makes life more fun. You've got something, when you're feeling down or something, it's nice to think, oh, I've got that to look forward to coming up. Like if you've got nothing to look forward to, it's just a bit sad. I like having things going on to look forward to. Because obviously I'd had my wedding to look forward to for such a long time, so now honeymoon is what we're looking forward to. And obviously Christmas and all that kind of thing. I do enjoy Christmas time, so that'll be fun. Although this year we're not sure if we're gonna end up keeping our Christmas tree up or not, because when we last Christmas, it was our first Christmas in our flat since we've moved out of our parents' houses, and we just got the cats, so they were really tiny. They were kittens, obviously very inquisitive and stuff. But oh, here we go. Olive's just coming up. Come on. Yay! Here we go. She's just come sit on my lap, which would be a bit difficult when I'm drawing because I've got to kind of lean forward load, so she might not be able to stay there, unfortunately. But yeah, they were really tiny when it was Christmas last year. So with the tree, they were a little bit of a nightmare with it at first. They were trying to bite at it and play with the baubles. You'd wake up in the morning, there'd be baubles on the floor and stuff. But now they're big, they're a lot bigger. They can jump a lot higher. So now they'd potentially be able to jump in the tree. And there we go. She's gone off me now, she's on the desk. Yeah, they'll potentially be able to jump. Oh, I don't know if you can hear her purring. I don't know if that's going to pick up on camera, but she's literally right by the camera. Come on, sit down. But yeah, they're a lot bigger, they're more clumsy, they're still just as crazy and run around as much as they did when they were tiny, but now obviously they're just so much bigger and they can just jump so much higher. So I think, oh, come on Olive, go somewhere else. I love you so much, but I can't really draw with you on me right now. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, they're a lot bigger. And so I think we're gonna put the tree up for like just the tree without any baubles and lights on and stuff for a little while and see how they go. And if they're a nightmare with it, we'll probably end up taking the tree down and just put up our little decorations and stuff. But if they're okay with it, then we can then put the lights and everything on the tree, which I hope we can keep it up, because I really like in the evening when it's cozy and you've got all the Christmas lights on, it's just really nice. But yeah, if they're going to be a nightmare with it, there's no point, because it would just end up on the floor in a tangled mess. So we will see how that goes. I don't know, I'm talking loads about Christmas now. It's only September, although it's actually almost October. What day is it today? It's the 28th of September when I'm filming this. So it's very, very almost October. So it's like 3 months till Christmas, which I'm sure will fly by, especially as I've got loads of things I want to be doing, like art-wise, video-wise, and all sorts. I've got tons to keep me busy, so I'm sure it will go really, really quick. Yeah, I was in like a really crafty mood, so I bought a few bits from Hobbycraft to get me going. So I think this year I'm gonna do more like something different this year for Christmas. So instead of doing, normally I do like new designs for greetings cards and stuff like that. And last year I did 3 new designs, I think, and that took me a lot of time, and I ended up ordering the greetings cards and gift tags in bulk. and some hanging decorations. I ordered them in bulk because it worked out a lot cheaper and you'd make more profit. So I do have quite a lot left over from last year still, so I think I'm going to continue with those again, the same designs, not come up with any new designs this year. And then instead, because obviously I still want to do something new each year so that it's something different, but this year I'm going to do like more crafty things. So like handmade Christmas baubles, handmade decorations, and I'm going to make some like wreaths and stuff. I was thinking of maybe making some wreaths, mini wreaths, with like a wooden painted robin thing in the middle and stuff like that. So yeah, I've got quite a few ideas in my head, but I just need to buy the stuff. So I'm going to have a hobbycraft trip a bit nearer the time when they've got all their Christmas stuff out, and yeah, see how that goes. But I'm excited. I'm just more in like a crafty mood. I am obviously in a drawing mood as well, and I want to draw and stuff, but I didn't want to do more Christmas designs when I've got tons left over from last year, because I'll just have too much stock, and obviously Christmas stuff you only really sell around Christmas time, so I didn't really want to be ordering any more stuff like stock wise. So I'm just going to make stuff this year, and hopefully that will go down well. But yeah, I'm sure things like that will sell eventually. And there's also, local to me, there's a little craft shop where I give some of my stuff to, and they sell them for me, and then they give me the money obviously for it, but they take their commission kind of thing. But I'll probably give some of my crafty bits to them as well, and some of my cards and bits, and hopefully they'll go well there as well. So it's hard to know each year what's going to sell more, because there was one year that I sold tons of Christmas cards. I literally sold so many of them, and so many of these robin decorations that I used to make. And then a couple of years ago, or a year after that, or whenever it was, yeah, the following year. Loki, stop it. Stop, no. Stop chewing that. Digging in the bin underneath my desk. Don't want to be doing that. Loki, stop it. Stop. But yeah, a while ago I then made loads more the following year, and then they weren't as popular that year, and I didn't sell many of them. I had tons left over, so I was like, okay, so they didn't go as well the second year. So it's hard to know what's gonna sell well each year. So it's just a risk you've got to take, and you've got to kind of predict what you think will sell well. But there's always going to be some things that sell better than others. That's just how it goes. I'm trying to add a little bit of detail in the nose here. It's really hard because it's so tiny. Got to add just enough detail so that it still looks kind of realistic. I will, at the end, I'll go in with, as I always do with my graphite pictures, is go in with the black polychromos coloured pencil and darken up like the nostrils and stuff like that. I'll darken them up with that. I find like graphite never goes quite dark enough that I want it to, so I always follow up with a coloured pencil. That's just what I always do. So it's the top tip. If your graphite pencils don't get quite dark enough, go in at the end with a coloured pencil, and I would recommend the polychromos black. Olive's sitting on my lap again. It's hard to draw with her there. She's Oh, she's gone again. Can't make up her mind. I think she realises there's not enough room. Because normally when I draw I don't have to lean forward quite so much, but when I'm filming, because my camera mount is quite far back on the wall, I have to lean forward a lot more. It's a bit harder to have them on my lap. When we first had the two kittens, they would both sit on my lap while I'm doing my art and stuff at the same time. But now they're much too big for that. I can fit one on my lap, but not both. If I'm on the sofa, I can fit them both on my lap because I can like stretch my legs out and stuff. But when I'm sat at a desk, it's not very easy. They were so tiny when we first got them. Now they're a lot bigger, especially Loki. He's a big boy. Oh, gurgle. Baby, she's back. Back on my lap. Hey, baby girl. Hey. She's a little cutie. I'm not too sure, like, how do you know when a drawing's finished? Obviously I'm nowhere near finished at the moment, but it's hard to like be like, oh yeah, this is finished now, because sometimes there's always things you can adjust and there's things you can change slightly. And I'm quite a perfectionist, so if something's not quite right, I'll keep at it until I'm happy with it. Obviously there's only so much detail you can add in a tiny little piece like this, but I want to try and add in as much as possible. Especially as this is like a sample, so people need to know what it's roughly going to look like when they have, if they buy one. So I want this one to look good. This dog was like a light brownish colour, but because when I draw in black and white, so whenever I use graphite, I always change the picture, the reference picture, to black and white, because it's just easier. It's a lot easier to tell where the darker areas are and how dark you need to go. It's just easier to tell. Whereas if I keep it in colour, I kind of struggle to know how dark to go and stuff. So that's definitely a tip. If you're drawing in black and white, do your reference photo in black and white. And I usually always print out the picture the same size as my drawing, because it kind of helps me get the proportions, and like it just helps me visualize better because you know what size it is. Whereas if you're looking at a massive reference picture blown up on the screen on a computer or something, I don't know, it's hard to tell sometimes. So having it the same scale, I find it just a lot easier. And also to draw the outline, I did use a light box, and it's not because I can't draw the proportions and everything, it's just it's a lot quicker, and because I'm always got so much to do, and I quite often use the light box just to get the very, very basic outline done, and then I add in everything else myself. Because otherwise everything just takes too long, because the actual like drawing the outline process takes so long. And I'm so fussy with how things look. If it doesn't look quite right, then yeah, I'm not happy with it. So it's just so much quicker, especially when you're like trying to get portraits done, you've got deadlines and all sorts. It's just so much quicker just to get the very, very, very basic outline done using a light box. I don't think that's cheating at all, as long as you know that if it came down to it you could draw it completely freehand, then that's fine. And yeah, I could definitely do it freehand, it just takes so much longer. I just don't have the time to waste doing that kind of thing, when at the end of the day it'll probably end up looking the exact same anyway. So I don't know how long in total this will take me to draw, maybe like between an hour and a half maybe to do the whole thing, so that's not too bad. So if I wanted to charge maybe like £35, considering it comes with the frame as well, although the box frames, they're not very expensive. Yeah, I don't know, I'll have to have a little think and see how much I think I should charge for these little portraits. I usually end up like getting my mum's opinion and stuff for how much to charge for things. It's so difficult to know because you don't want to overcharge for things and then no one's interested, but you don't want to undercharge and then you're working so hard for like very little gain. Because although I'd love to be able to do things for people really cheap, because I feel bad, well, not feel bad because obviously it's my time, but you know, you're charging people for things and you don't want to overcharge. It's hard to know, I don't know. Because I'm like, would people pay? Like when I first started doing my commissions, I was like, would people pay like £50 for a portrait? Like, no, surely no one would pay that for my drawings. But then people do, and it surprises you. So don't devalue yourself. If you're charging for your work, charge the right amount for your time. Especially if you're trying to make a living from your art and stuff, you need to be charging enough for your time, because otherwise you'll never be able to make enough money for the amount of time that you spend doing artwork. That's one thing I've learned. Because I'm not doing my art full time. As I said, I work 2 days a week in a shop, which just gives me the extra money that I need. And it's that extra security as well, because obviously when you're self-employed, some months you do a lot better than others, and that's just how it goes with any business. You're always going to do better some months than others, that's just how it is. So it's nice just to have that extra security of money. I mean, one day, yes, I do want to be doing this completely full-time, but we have had a wedding to pay for and honeymoon to pay for, and now is just not the right time. But we will see. So hopefully if I have children in the future, I want to be able to work from home all the time so that I can care for them and work my schedule around them, because that's really important to me. And yeah, that's my goal really, is when I have children I want to be working from home full time. I mean, even if it's not straight away, because I know kids are expensive and at the moment everything is just so expensive. But we will see. This portrait is getting there now. Oh, Oliver's back again. Can you make up your mind? Make up your mind if you want to sit on me or if you don't. While I'm drawing, my head is right by the microphone, so I'm not sure how, like, if you'll be able to hear every single little sound that comes out my mouth, you know what I mean, like ASMR kind of style. I'm not sure if it's going to sound like that or what, so I apologise if you can hear every little gurgle that comes out my throat, every little noise or whatever. So if you can, I apologise, but there's not much I can do about that. That's why my camera's on the mount on the wall. The direction of the mic on the camera is right by my mouth, so she's now resting on my arm. So I can't really show you because the camera's hooked up, but she's resting on the arm that I'm drawing with, like her head. So when I'm drawing, her head's like bobbing. So she probably won't stay like that for a long time. Okay, in a minute I think I'm going to go in with the polychromos and darken up some areas because I think I need to. Because although this portrait is coming on, I feel like there are some areas that definitely need to be darkened up. So I think I'm going to do that next. She's still curled up on my arm. Maybe she quite likes the jogging feeling of when I'm drawing. Maybe it's soothing, who knows. So this bit here is quite dark, so I feel like this needs to be a lot darker than it is currently. It's currently the morning, it's 11:15 in the morning. So after I finish this, I will take some pictures of it and stuff. Put it in the frame, obviously. I'll probably do that at the end of this video so you can see what it looks like. And then, yeah, I've got to paint some Etsy orders today. What else have we got to do? Schedule my like Facebook posts and stuff. I know there is a way to schedule Instagram posts and stuff, and I feel like I need to start doing that as well because I've been really failing to keep up with my Instagram at the moment. And I think also I'm going to look into doing like an Instagram course online because I'm struggling with the algorithm at the moment with Instagram. The past year or so, my Instagram followers have actually slowly gone down. Not by much. Well, I'm still gaining followers, but I'm also losing followers. And I don't know. I know I've not been super consistent this year because I've had a lot going on, so that's probably not helped. But also, when I do post, half the time I don't get as many likes and stuff as I used to. And I'm just don't really understand the algorithm at the moment. I think I'm going to do some sort of course or something just to like build up my knowledge and like help me understand how it works and what things I should be starting to do. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do a little course. I found some online that are like $15.99. They got really good reviews, so I might just do one of those and see how it goes. I just feel like I need a little bit of help with my knowledge and stuff, just to kind of give my Instagram a little boost. Just quite struggling with social media at the moment. It's just they always change, and I used to find Instagram really easy to gain followers and stuff back in the day, but it's just not easy anymore. I find it really hard. But as I said, I've not been super consistent this year because I got married and I've just had tons going on. So now is kind of the time where I'm gonna work on it more. Now I've got a bit more time, less things going on at the moment. So now is kind of the right time to focus on that. And I know it's not just me that's struggling with the algorithm at the moment, because there is a lot of people that are saying how it's changed and struggling with it and stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to educate myself a little bit more. Oh, did you hear that? That was Olive doing a little. She's back, if you haven't covered. She really can't make up her mind if she wants to sit on me or not. See, when I'm adding the black with the polychromos, you can see how much more depth it gives the portrait. You can see it's kind of coming to life a lot more now. So I definitely recommend polychromos black for graphite drawings. It's just something I've always done. Just makes the dark areas really pop at the end. So it won't be too long now. This will be done. I can put it in the frame, see how it looks. And then yeah, I'll go take some pictures of it. And I think I'm gonna think of a price, and then I can start advertising that I do them, and hopefully I'll get a few orders. That would be nice. Okay, I'm pretty pleased with how that is looking. If I do want to make any further adjustments in a bit, I can. Usually I end up looking again at a drawing after a couple hours or so, come back to it, and then you can look at it on fresh eyes. Dark out that area there a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to peel this off at the bottom. If you could just move off my arm, there we go. Peel that off, nice crisp line. So I'm liking that, and I can also sell this as a one-off piece as well. In case someone has a similar looking dog and they want to purchase it, then that's fine. Olive, you just fling in the sellotape, come on. Okay, Olive, come on. On the floor for a minute. It's too difficult to do with her on me. I'll take the backing off. And hopefully this is the right size when I turn the frame around. Actually, I can just take that out, I don't need that. And there we go. I'm going to zoom out. And luckily, this is good timing. My camera is about to die. So I'm going to end the video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a bit of a random chatty video, but I thought I might as well film doing this and just have a little chat with you guys about whatever I ended up chatting about. I have no idea. So thank you so much for watching, and I hopefully see you in my next video. Please subscribe if you want to see more from me, and then yeah, I'll hopefully see you next Sunday. Bye!